Here's the truth about no annual fee credit cards. It's okay to close them.
I'm Key, a credit card points and miles enthusiast and travel lover. On my channel, I talk about the mistakes I've made, my future travel goals, and my credit journey. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already.
I've had well over 80 credit cards and redeemed a little over 6.3 million credit card points and miles since 2016. I had a great chat where I went through my entire active credit card portfolio with my good friend Josh Giebel. Be sure to check out that entire video right after this. Based on your feedback on one of my previous lives and the feedback from Josh, I decided it's time to make some changes. Today, I'm going to focus on the changes I'm going to make with Citibank. I currently have 4 Citi credit cards. The Strata Premier, which comes with a $95 annual fee, the Double Cash with a $0 annual fee, the Custom Cash, and the Rewards Plus, also with no annual fee. Based on your feedback and my conversation with Josh not too long ago, I decided to cancel the Citi Double Cash and the Citi Custom Cash credit card. Now, most people would have just canceled the Double Cash and the Custom Cash, but I'm not normal. You see, the Citi Double Cash was the 7th card I ever opened, and I want to retain that credit history as long as possible. So here's what I did. And this is what you should consider if you're looking to cancel credit cards the right way. So here's the first move I did before canceling 2 out of my 4 Citi cards. First thing was I went ahead and paid off my full balance of my OG Strata Premier credit card. This is a card that I got later in the journey of my credit card portfolio. So I actually wanted to cancel this card. Step 2, I called Citibank. I had a couple of questions regarding if I could move my credit limit from some of these cards to the ones I was keeping. Citibank, unfortunately, does not allow you to combine credit limits from other credit cards. I asked multiple reps about this when I was on the phone call with them. That's okay. My utilization could maybe be affected, but I pay each of my bills at the statement due date. Info's on that call. Instead of moving the credit limit from the card I was canceling to the card I was keeping, I actually did a product change. That was step 2. I actually product changed the Citi Double Cash, which is the 7th card I ever opened, to a Strata Premier credit card. Okay, so that process of product changing the Double Cash to the Strata Premier credit card was rather seamless. The representative understood exactly what I wanted to do. She repeated it back to me before doing it. Here's the thing. Like I said, I have 4 Citi credit cards, so I wasn't actually using the product names. I was using the last 4 digits of my credit card to just make sure that the process was as clear as possible and I was articulating as clear as possible what I wanted to do. So for example, I said, I'd like to change my card ending in 1234 into a Strata Premier credit card. The representative read me through all of the features that are going to come with my Strata Premier credit card, as well as mentioned the $95 annual fee that would be charged to my account as well. All in all, I think this was probably a 4-minute process, including the wait time. Now, before I hung up, I actually moved on to kind of the next phase of this master plan that I carved out for myself, which was to cancel 2 out of those 4 Citibank credit cards. This required me to be transferred to the retention department, which was a seamless process. I didn't get disconnected or anything like that. This representative was different than the first that I talked to for the product change, and definitely was very sad to hear me wanting to cancel 2 out of the 4 credit cards that I had. With the retention representative, I went ahead, again, really being as clear as possible. Now that I have 2 Strata Premier credit cards, I was using, again, the last 4 digits of the credit card. Basically, my script was, hello, thank you for your time. I'm excited to chat with you. I'd like to cancel and consolidate my credit card portfolio that I have with Citibank. I'm looking to cancel card 5678. From there, the conversation actually went on for quite a bit longer than I was expecting. She put me on hold. She was able to see the credit card that I was referring to, which has the old card art. So I'm sad to see the old card art go. I know when they send me my new card, it's probably going to be the new design. Nevertheless, I was offered multiple retention offers and bonuses to keep this Strata Premier credit card open. The first one, and I'm just going to read off here. I was taking notes as she was talking. It went through kind of like multiple rounds where she would give me an offer, put me on hold. So I'm just going to summarize everything that was offered to me. And note, at the end of this, she said that she would even compound all of these retention offers. So again, if I wasn't trying to consolidate my portfolio, absolutely, I would have kept this card open, to be honest with you. But here we go. For the Strata Premier, I was offered originally 10,000 Citi thank you points after spending $3,000 in 6 months. And she mentioned that this was in addition to the regular earnings on the Citi Strata Premier credit card. So just by nature of how I utilize the Strata Premier credit card, it gets 3x on a lot of categories that are very routinely used in my month-to-month setup. So that $3,000 spend would have been at a 3x category. That would have gotten me 9,000 Citi thank you points on its own, plus the 10,000 in the retention offer as well. I made it kind of known with the tone of my voice that that wasn't really impressing me. So again, she put me on hold, came back with an additional offer. This one was, I would get, in addition to the first offer, she would also make sure that I got 1,000 Citi thank you points each month I made a purchase for the next 3 months. So that would have been an additional 3,000 Citi thank you points. And in addition to the 19,000 points she offered me, she mentioned that these would compound on each other. So again, this would have been an additional 3,000 Citi thank you points in addition to the 19,000 from a couple minutes ago. The final time she came back, she put me on hold. She came back with saying, hey, you've already paid the annual fee for this year. Really don't want to see you go. You've been a customer for, 4 or 5 years at this point. We don't want to see you go. How about in addition to everything that I already offered you, I'll go ahead and give you a $95 credit on your account. So that way, if it was an annual fee thing, I think that's what she was kind of going for. So again, all in all, if I wasn't trying to slim this bad boy down quite a bit, I absolutely would have taken this offer. I still probably would have played a little bit of hardball. And I would have gotten all 3 of these offers for sure if I was seeking out a retention for this card. So reluctantly, she went through the process of, just saying, I'm now going to lose out on the $100 annual hotel benefit that I've never used on this card, and just kind of running me through all of the things I'd missed out on. Again, I reminded her, hey, listen, I understand. I really love Citibank, and really, I'm just getting rid of a card I already have, because again, I now at this point had 2 Citi Strata Premier cards, the one I just product changed to, and this one that I was trying. I haven't canceled a card with Citibank in quite a few years, and the process has changed. What they were doing was sending me a text message to my phone with all of the disclosures and things like that. I'll be sure to put that up on the screen. And essentially, the representative kind of stayed quiet as I went through the terms and conditions that were texted over to me. And at the bottom of the disclosures, there was a button to click accept. Once I clicked that, the representative on the retention line was able to see, thanks for accepting that. That card's now went ahead and has now been closed. I did all this in one phone call. So phase 3 of my master plan was to cancel the Citi custom cash card. And this one was very quick to close, right? She understood that there was no way she was saving me, right? This is the same retention representative that I've now been talking to for probably, 17 minutes at this point. This one was quick to close. The things I did before closing this card, I asked a couple of questions. I asked if my 118,000 Citi thank you points would be harmed while canceling this card. She said no, because I have all my Citi thank you points pooled into one account. I also, again, I was making sure that I was only talking by utilizing the last 4 digits of the cards and not saying, for example, I wasn't saying I'd like to close my Citi custom cash. I was saying I'd like to close my card ending in, ABCD. Again, just trying to be as clear as possible. One thing, when I went to close the second card, so the custom cash card, I actually had to provide my full credit card number. So I'm not sure if the retention specialist could see my full, card portfolio that I had with them, or if that was just like an additional level of security. Because I don't know how many people cancel multiple cards on the same phone call. Nevertheless, like I said, this one was rather quick to close. She said, I'm going to send you another text message. Same thing. Click the accept button after you kind of read through the disclosures. I went ahead and did that. And all in all, I think this call probably took between 17 to 20, maybe 25 minutes. I'll put it up on the screen as well, how long this phone call took. It took me about 20 minutes to close 2 of the cards and do a product change. I don't think that's too bad. But a couple things I want to make you aware of. Number one, whenever you have multiple credit cards, don't assume that the representatives are going to do the right thing. Try to speak as clearly as possible. Again, like I did, I used the card number to explain what I wanted to do. Number two, just verify that your existing points, if you have any, are going to be unaffected. The last thing I would do is just double check that if you're able to move the credit line from the card you're canceling into a card you're going to keep. All right. So the final thing that I did, this was after I hung up the phone with the retention rep, was actually to make sure that my authorized users were now set up appropriately. I notified them saying I canceled the Strata Premier card that they probably have in their wallet. And I went into the website. It was very clear from my Citi login that these 2 cards were now canceled. These 2 cards were now canceled, and which cards were still active on my profile. I still was able to see my 118,000 Citi thank you points, and it was very easy for me to add the authorized users to my brand new product change Strata Premier credit card. I went ahead and did that. I double checked that my auto payment was set up to the appropriate bank account, and that's about it. So far, I've closed 2 out of the many cards that I definitely plan to. Let me know down in the comments if you like these types of videos where I talk about the right way to do things and my methodology for getting things done with my credit profile. If so, I'll be sure to continue as I go bank by bank and make some changes. Thank you so much for your time, and until next time.